Yo boys, Pxlarized here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I became a better player and all the steps you guys are going to need to take in order to improve at the game. I'm going to be walking you guys through my aim routine and how I warm up my aim and all the creative maps that I use to improve my mechanics. Also, if you guys want to support me, I do have a supported creator code. It's just my name, Pxlarized, in the item shop. With that being said, let's hop right into the video. The first thing I do when I hop on the game is load into the Martoz TurtleFights map. This map is really good for just getting your mechanics like warm and like practicing basic piece control on real players. And also it's really good for warming up your aim. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick little like highlight of clips that I get in this map, and the code will be on the screen if you guys want to try it out yourself. I normally play this for about 30 minutes a day. On tournament days and stuff like that, it might be a little longer, but on average, I play this for about 30 minutes a day. So huge shout out to Martoz for making this map, and enjoy some of these clips. Alright boys, the next thing you're going to want to do after playing that Martoz TurtleFights map is load into any free build map that you guys know that has this where you can change the speed of your character. I like the Raiders Mechanics Training V2 map. We'll put the code on screen for that, but I normally start off going into the free build section, going to 0.8x speed, and this is really good for getting your mechanics consistent, and I'll work on speed a little bit later. The main thing you're going to want to focus on is just doing things like triple edits or even the double edits if you're not too like fast yet, but always just work on triple, quad, and double edits pretty much. This is really good, just working on your edit timing and making sure you have good crosshair placement. Try to be as like tight with your crosshair as possible. Like instead of going for edits like this, try to like make an edit like this. Make it a lot quicker and smoother. It also keeps your awareness up. So I normally free build on this 0.8x speed for about 2 or 3 minutes. It's not like too crazy. Obviously you can do more if you need to work on your consistency more, but I normally just use this as a warm-up. So I do the 0.8x speed for a couple minutes. Instead of going to normal, I just go straight to the 1.4 speed, and this is where you're going to want to pretty much do whatever you're capable of doing at this speed. I like just doing these tunnels a lot because tunneling is super important, especially for competitive players. But you can also do like triple edits if you can, or just double edits. Really anything you can that like you're capable of at this speed. As you guys can see, I'm not really like super warmed up right now, so I'm messing up. But obviously the goal is to make sure that you can eventually end up doing this type of stuff with like little to no mistakes. After I do the 1.4x speed part of the free build, then I just run into the normal speed, or I just click the normal speed, and then you pretty much just do your normal free building. And the game should literally feel so much easier for you at this point, just after going from that 1.4x speed. Because now this pretty much makes the game feel like you're playing in slow motion, which makes it a lot easier, and your fingers are already like really used to clicking like way faster. So any advanced stuff you guys try to do on the normal speed should eventually start to feel really easy for you. Now, if you guys are trying to learn like new retakes to do, or just how to kind of free build better, I recommend either just copying stuff that I try to do, or watching any other like pros or any of your favorite players and just seeing what they do and just literally trying to replicate that exactly. Like for a few years, probably 2 years straight, I literally just copied some pros like free builds, and I kind of created my own style, and now I have like a mixture of everything into my own play style. And finally, the last part of my warm-up routine normally before I play any tournaments or anything, or just on a normal like average day when I'm trying to play like not bad at the game, I load into this Raiders piece control map. This map will make sure that you're like not being dumb with your edits and kind of giving you better practice against actual bots, so it makes it a little bit more realistic. And it also, of course, makes you more consistent with your piece, and it gives you a lot of really good realistic drills to use. A lot of the time, I don't really use these basic piece control things, I just skip that, but I go straight into this, which is a little bit more advanced, but you just walk right in here, and pretty much your goal is to piece every single section of the box. So you want to make sure you're getting piece in every single part, and taking a good right hand peek at the end of your piece, and making sure that you can't get shot by the bot at all. So right here, obviously, I have a really good right hand peek, should optimally have a floor up there so I can get shot, and not take a right hand. And for every single drill in this map, it's pretty much the same concept of just trying to get piece on the bot and making sure you take a perfect peek. Also, try your best to reset the wall after killing the bot. As you can see, there's like a slight second after you kill it that you still have time to reset it, like it doesn't just instantly teleport you. So try your best to really make this realistic practice. Make sure you're hitting max damage shots, and make sure you're getting the shot off on a good right hand and resetting the wall. So normally, I run through this first drill for around 10 runs, and I personally do every single drill for that amount. Obviously, you guys don't have to, or you could do more. It really depends on how much time you have. But I'm just gonna run through a bunch of these little drills, and you guys can see how I personally do them, and see what I think like works best, especially like peak-wise, and it should be pretty good to learn from. And if you guys just replicate what I'm doing in these drills, eventually you'll become really consistent with it, and that's how you'll see improvement over time. Now, another big question I get asked all the time is whether or not you should use edit on release. Personally, I've pretty much my entire career, from like the beginning of chapter 1 all the way to pretty much I think the middle of chapter 3, or kind of the beginning of chapter 3, I always use no edit on release because it's way better for your peaks, and I just find myself being more consistent with it. But towards the middle of chapter 3, I did end up switching to edit on release for a bit, which I'm sure a lot of you guys remember, and I was on it for about a year. But again, I switched off I think 2 or 3 months ago, and overall, I mean, it really does not matter, in my opinion, like whether or not you use it. A lot of people will tell you that it's better to have it on, a lot of people will tell you it's better to have it off, but it's really the personal preference on what you guys like enjoy the most and what you guys think is better for yourself in your own playstyle. Obviously, with edit on release, you can't have like perfect peaks like this, but at the same time, it may mess up your crosshair placement a little bit, but you can still edit like this and take a good right hand. So, I mean, in the end of things, if you think that that's what's holding you back, is whether or not you use edit on release, I promise you it's not the reason. Really just use whatever you want, it's all personal preference at the end of the day. Alright, so after I run through all of these drills, I then end up going to the piece control tunnels over here. This is not really any shooting of bots, but this is really good for just like really make sure your mechanics are locked in and warmed up if you're going into a tournament or something important. It's really the same concept as the other like drills we were just doing. You want to make sure to piece everything. Try to get every single build piece down. Like, as you can see, I'm not leaving anything like unbuilt. And this is really good, just maximizing your like mechanics and getting your brain used to like, you know, getting really good piece control. I normally run through each of these around 2 to 3 times. It's not too much, but of course, as everything goes in this routine, it really just depends on how much time you have. If you have more time to spend on this, then of course you can play it for longer. The more you play, the better you'll get. But if you don't have a lot of time, it's definitely still worth it to dedicate a little bit of time. I mean, you really only need to train your mechanics for like 20 to 30 minutes a day in order to see significant improvement, as long as you're doing the right things. But personally, I really only train my mechanics around 30 minutes to an hour nowadays. But I did go through a really long period of time where it was like at least 2 hours every single day of training them. After you guys are done playing that Raiders piece control map, that pretty much wraps up my entire warm-up routine. So if you guys do want to see a part 2 of these types of tips and tricks videos on how to get better at the game, Make sure to like and subscribe and drop a comment down below what you guys want to see in the future. Also, I do have a coaching Discord now with Miro and Krizi, two of the best pros from NA and EU, as well as Arab, who you guys might remember as a like the original Fortnite coach, really, where we're going to be helping you guys get your first earnings and teaching you all the secrets that the pros don't want you guys to know. Also, my fighting course is on there that gives you guys in-depth strategies that I use to make my fights quicker. So make sure to check out the link. It's going to be pinned in the comments and in the description. And I also stream every single day on twitch.tv/Pxlarized, so make sure to check it out and leave a follow. Hope you guys enjoyed this type of video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.